So it says until John. They say, well, it says it's John the Baptist.
So if the criteria for being John the Baptist is that the Bible has to say that it was John the Baptist, and if it only says John, that's when your opportunity to shove your name into the mix comes up. But what you're doing, Jonathan, is so far out there and desperate that it's blowing my mind. Because using your logic, Jonathan, the entire Gospel of John, it doesn't mention John the Baptist one time. So does that mean that they're not talking about John the Baptist in the book of John? Should we just start shoving your name in there whenever it just says John? And that way you could start off on all your I am Elijah rants? I mean, sorry, Jonathan. And again, let me tell everybody that this is just my opinion, but you have to admit that I'm at least bringing the scriptures to prove it. And you bring scriptures too, Jonathan. I'm not saying that you don't. But what I am saying is that you might want to start including the synoptic gospels rendering of what you're telling everybody. For instance, when you said that the two witnesses of John the Baptist had taken for granted that Jesus meant to go back to John the Baptist, because the verse only said to go show John all of these things, so you automatically say that the disciples had to guess as to who Jesus was talking about. But that's not the whole truth of the matter, because if you go to the Synoptic Gospels, it plainly states that the two disciples had indeed told Jesus that it was John the Baptist who had sent them in order to ask Jesus those questions right there in Luke chapter 7 verse 20. So if they told Jesus who it was who had actually sent them, being John the Baptist, how then can you say that they're describing some other John, aka you? And I don't believe that these are talking about different dimensions and times, that all these different stories are taking place either. You used that answer too many times in the past, but nothing seems to fit when you actually look up the other cross references to these passages in the Bible so that we can see what you're up to. Because Luke 7:20 it says, when the men were come unto him, they said, John Baptist hath sent us to thee, saying, art thou he that should come, or look we for another?